Welcome to episode 3 of Chrissy's Corner. I'm your host, Ryan Chrissy, and I'm joined by Wauseon Senior, Connor Keefer. Connor, thank you for joining me today. I'm really excited to have you on this podcast, but I think you truly embody what it means to be a game changer. I want to touch on that subject really quickly. To you, when I talk about game changer, I joke about it. I say it all the time. What does that mean to you? Is that something that fuels you, motivates you? Is that something that you try to embody?
I feel like the game changer, when you started talking about it, it made me like have a different like motivation and like coming into like workouts and like working out with like other people and like pushing them to like go as hard as they can and stuff like that, and just like changing my mentality of going hard like at practice, like when we're like doing drills, just keep going hard and just like not like giving up, and like on like the last reps, like when you're coming down to like the last reps and like working out, it's just like keep going hard, and just that's how I see the game changer.
Like if anything, you're trying to make that last rep your best rep of the set. You know, I think that says a lot because you can be tired, you can be fatigued, your muscles are burning, you're breathing heavy.
You just want to keep going and just keep going hard.
Yeah, so we've had a pretty incredible journey. I always joke that I see you more than I see my family, because over the last 2 years we put in an incredible amount of work. And I can't say enough about how proud I am of you for doing that. You know, you live about 45 minutes away, and I think we've worked out almost 5 to 7 days per week for almost 2 years straight. So pretty impressive on your part. I want to talk about where you started from. Day one, when you came in here, when you decided that you wanted to train with me, where were you physically, mentally? Where was your game at?
Man, I was at the low point. Like I couldn't, like the stuff like we're doing now, like me at the beginning, I couldn't even do any of that.
Yeah.
Like, just like, it was just.
Let's talk about your athleticism, right? Were you flexible? Were you quick? Could you jump?
Like when I came in here, I wasn't flexible. Like when we do all the stretches and stuff, like I couldn't, like when we do the pigeon?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't like do that like at all.
Yeah.
Like it was like bad. Like my hamstrings were just like so like tight and like stuff, like they were just like, and like my like I wasn't flexible at all.
Yeah. And let's talk about strength, right? Because I think that's one area I've really seen you improve on. I don't think you were very strong when you first started.
No, like when we do like the knees over toes, like when we started that, like I struggled at it. Then like when we like kept working, like I've like put a lot more weight and like on like the split squats, and like I like right now I do like 135 on the split squats. And just like at the beginning I couldn't. I was doing like dumbbells like with like 20s like on like both hands, like just going down, and I was struggling with that too.
Right. I think we even started just straight body weight for a long time, and we even scaled it back, not even to the hardest level with body weight. So yeah, I think it's pretty awesome where you've came from. To me, one of the biggest transformations I've seen, not because I would say that you're a freak athlete right now, I think you're still working towards that, but from where you started to get to where you are. And I think that says a lot about who you are, because that first initial part when you're not good at the stuff, it's hard, it's painful almost, can be almost discouraging, and you continue to work through that. Let's talk about your mindset, right? We talk about being a game changer now. I don't think you were necessarily a game changer when we first started. What was your mindset before we started training?
My mindset before was just like,
You're good. Take your time.
My mindset before.
Did you do extra work? Did you try to do the last rep? Was that the best rep that you did? Would you challenge yourself and maybe do an extra rep?
No, like before I started working out with you, I really was just like, I was kind of weak. I didn't like really want to do much, like lifting and like working out. Like for like basketball, like I like wouldn't even like go shoot after school, like without like, not like during the season. Like before the season, I wouldn't even go and like shoot before school, after school. I would just want to go home and just call it a day, honestly, and just like go home and just chill.
Right. I think that's like the easy thing to do, right? Over the last 2 years, I've seen you do a lot of hard things. You told me you used to wake up at 4 a.m. to drive almost an hour to work out before school, and then drive another 45 minutes to an hour back to school. We still do morning workouts to this day. right? You've done a lot of hard things over the last 2 years, and I think it's helped mold you and help you become more mentally tough. When you are doing those hard things, how do you push through that? Where does that motivation come from? How did that switch flip from what you were just telling me to now where you are today?
I just felt like during those like waking up at 4 a.m., just knowing that like people like around here aren't waking up at 4 a.m. to go to drive 45 minutes, like you said, to go to St. John's and work out, then drive another 45 minutes back home to get ready for school and go to school all day and work out after school and come like I think the one day I worked out with you at 6 a.m., went to school and came back down here at like 3 o'clock and had another workout with you.
Yeah, that's impressive. It's 4 a.m. The alarm goes off. How do you get out of bed? What are you thinking about to get out of bed? Is it out of resentment, like, oh, I better get going or I'm going to be late? Or is there like, do you try to fire yourself up? What are you doing when that alarm hits to be like, hey, I got to go get it today?
Just knowing that like there's people at home sleeping, just having that mentality, just like, let's go get that work in at that 6 a.m. workout. Like, yeah, there's sometimes I'm just like, it's 4 a.m. I don't really want to get up, but I'm just like, these other peak guys ain't doing it, so I just got to get up and just go and work hard.
Yeah, I love it, man. It gets me fired up hearing that from you because I know, maybe that wasn't the case initially, and to see you grow into that now where I think you're to a point where other people are looking at you saying like, man, he works really hard. I kind of want to do that, right? I kind of want to work like Connor, like CK, and I think that's really cool. When did you know that the stuff that we were doing was starting to work?
So when we started training, and like we were training with like the top players in like the area, and like not being able to like to stay in front of them, like I'll use like CJ Hornby for an example. I remember first time playing him in a 1v1, I couldn't guard him, like I couldn't stay in front of him, but then like I kept working, and like I started like being able to guard him. Now he's playing at TIFF and D2 basketball.
Lake Erie.
My fault.
It's all good.
Yep. Lake Erie. He's playing at Lake Erie now. And he was just like, during the summertime working out with him, he just like got me like so much better. And just like, I was just like sometimes like there was points that I would like stop on defense. I'm like, yep, I'm getting way better than where I'm better than what I was when I began training with you.
Yeah, I think that's cool because I remember those sessions where we were around those really good players, kind of stuck out like a sore thumb a little bit. Now you're the one that's kind of competing with those guys in workouts, which is pretty cool. Let's talk what you gained from this training, right? We talked about getting stronger. We've talked about your athleticism. How does that translate to the game? Where do you feel like that is making an impact for you in the action?
I just feel like all the training that we've done and like all the basketball workouts and just like the different like situations like during like ball screens, I just feel like it's like slowing the game down like more for me. Mm-hmm. So like when I'm on the court and I get like the ball, it's just like making me like read the floor way better than when I was like, I would say like I was like usually like timid at getting the ball away like right when I touch it, but like now like I just like read the floor a lot better, and I just like the game's just slowing down to me. Yeah. Like doing like all the workouts and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. One area that I think has really improved for you is the quality of your movement, right? We talk about movement quality a lot of times and how well you're able to move and get in athletic positions. One of those being your ability to get low. Talk to me how that has changed for you and how you've seen that make an impact in your game on the offensive end, maybe on the defensive end as well.
So when we started doing, they're called crawl dribbles?
Crawl start.
When we started doing those, I was like, there's no way. Like, I would like tell people that like who was working out with, so I was like, is this really going to work in like a game? It's like not a game situation at all. But then I'm like, you keep doing it over and over and over. And like when it comes like to the game, and like I feel like when you like drive, like when I drive now, I feel like I'm just like more low, and like my spin move is just, I feel like it's just like more quick and like more low and just more fluent.
Yeah. A lot more explosive. Yeah, I think seeing you beat people off the dribble is something that we never used to see, right? And I don't know if it's necessarily because you got way faster. I think that you're just a lot of times moving better, right? And moving a lot lower, getting in those stronger, more athletic positions. I know one other thing that I really have seen you buy into when it comes to our training, and it's your ability to change your lift point. And I want to talk about when I first introduced that to you, you had a jump shot where you shot it way above your head, and you had what I would call is a high lift point. And I introduced you to the idea of lowering your lift point, being able to change your lift point depending on the shot. When we first started working on that in the first couple of weeks, probably didn't feel great. What is that like trying to go through that process where you're learning a new skill like that and you're not very good at it to start?
You know, changing that, I've been like shooting the ball like right here like my entire life. And it was just like weird because like just like changing it like so like I'm letting it go here now, like lower. So it was weird. And like I felt like when I first started it and I was like having those low release points, I felt like my shot was like hard, and I felt like it would go like right, left. And it just like I was like, it just didn't feel right. But then when we kept working at it, like when we started like close in and like just like getting the form of it and scooting back on it, it's just like it changed my shot so much.
Yeah, because I remember I think one of the first times we did it, a little hesitant, right? And because I'm assuming it felt really uncomfortable. And then obviously as you started to work on it, it really helped you. Now you go and use that in the game. How does that apply? Let's talk range, right? How did that change your range for yourself?
I felt like it changed my range a lot. I felt like last year, because we just changed the low release point, and like May we started working on it. Like last year, like my range was like right on like the arc of like where the 3-point line, right on the 3-point line. Like now I can scoot back by 25 foot and it's just like effortless now. Yeah. Like there's times like I'll be at like practice, I'll like pull it like pretty deep, and it just feels so good. Yeah.
I think it's a really valuable skill, especially as you get to higher levels of the game, being able to shoot the ball a lot further. And in addition, they're making the rules now, so they're moving the line back further and further. And I think they're going to continue to extend that line, you know, at every level. I want to talk, because this is, I think, pretty cool. I want to talk about your vertical and how much your vertical has changed. You know, give me a marker when you first started, when you go to touch on the rim, let's say. Where did you start? What were you touching on the rim when you would try to go dunk or grab the rim?
So when I first started working out with you, I think I'd get like my hand would be like half like on the net, but like in like middle, halfway up the net. And
that was day one.
That was day.
So not even touching the rim.
Not even touching the rim.
Wow. Now let's go to today. Have you gotten a dunk down? Are you on the rim? How has your vertical changed?
My vertical has changed a lot. I can't dunk because my hands, they're kind of small, and I can't palm the ball. Not gonna lie about that one.
No shit.
Yes. But yeah, there's been times that we've worked out and I just like I'm just like feeling like bouncy today. Like at Delta, the one day, like I think one time you threw me a lob and I was up there and I just like barely missed it.
Yeah.
And like I would say it's just like when we started working out in here and like your beam, what we have, I couldn't even touch it.
Yeah.
I remember not even being able to touch it, and now I can get my whole hand on it and just like now like going up for like layups and stuff, I'm like finger rolling it now. It's just changed like a lot.
Right. So the vertical has not only, you know, when we're testing it and seeing it in the workout scenario here, testing your vertical in inches, it's gone up, but then it's translating to the game. And I think I've seen it happen for your finishes, your jump shot from the mid-range, especially being able to get that shot and elevate above the defense. I think that's awesome, that the way that applies to the game. And just for a little clarity on how much gains, how much change we're talking about here. The beam that Connor's talking about is sitting at 9'10". So just under 10 feet. Couldn't touch that to where when we started. We have another marker in here that's set up at 10'5", and there's numerous times when you were touching 10'5". So that puts you at about 7 inches gained on your vertical, which I think is pretty awesome, man. Overall, what would you sum up your last 2 years? You know, it's gonna be a little weird for me, not training, not being in the gym all the time. Just sum up your last 2 years training together. Talk about the camaraderie, not just our experience together, but maybe even some of the other things that you've gained from it, friendships, you know, the environment. Sum up the last 2 years of training.
Man, I've met a lot of people. I've trained with pros, top high school players in the country, top players in the area. It's just like, it's changed. I'd say it changed my life because like now the friendships I have with like CJ, Nate Miles, he's one of the top players in the state of Ohio, Jerry, just training with those guys and building a friendship with them. It's just like, and the training part of it.
I would say, I feel like at this point you're almost family, man. You know, like I said, I see you more than.
It's just like I felt like now, like I look at you not as like my trainer, like as like a good friend. Like if I need anything, like you're there for me. It's just like we built like a big connection. Like there was times that I'd see you like 7 days a week, like during the summertime, and it's just like there'd be times I'd see you probably more than my mommy and my dad.
Yeah.
Just training because and my dad and my mom, they're just always fine with it. They just know I'm getting better and they know you're a great trainer.
The idea of being a game changer, what Virus is about is for the game changers, right? And being able to have that connection with other people like you're talking about, other game changers, is so valuable because life continues to keep moving. You continue to get older and those relationships continue to grow. And I'm excited that not only we have that friendship and I'm going to be able to watch you grow up even past high school, but those other friends that you've been able to make along the way. I think it's crucial in moving forward in your life. And I'm really excited. I'm really proud, like I said, to have put all this work in. I'm proud that you're a part of this community. And at the end of the day, I want to see you continue to keep thriving, continue to have that mentality. This has been a great episode. I've been wanting to do this one for a while, man. And believe it or not, we're going to get loosened up after this, take down the setup. We're going to get some work in. So awesome, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Here. Thanks for having me.
Peace.